Good morning, good morning, do 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome to a daily dose of joy where we are using microdosing habits to optimize the positive neurotransmitters in our brain. Heck yeah, we can do it. All right, we can do it. And it changes the way we live our life. We're able to feel more vibrancy, more joy, more peace with a dosed up brain. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, they are our friends. And playful, fun, mindful habits increase that chemistry and jettison the stress neurotransmitters, cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. So we show up every day in solidarity, knowing that little by little, incrementally over time, the more we laugh and sing and speak our deeper truth and pause throughout the day, that we are building this resiliency, joy, and clarity in our lives. And we get to do it together, right here. And so if you're not feeling it, that's okay. That's all right. That's temporary. But your mirror neurons can pick up on what I'm doing and what I'm feeling. So there's some solidarity, we've got this together. Also, the intention of my doing it with you guys every day is to add some novelty and variety, that you can learn these 5 microdosing habits, but it's really handy to have somebody like changing it up and bringing a little different sauce to it. Because these are habits for a lifetime, and to help us continue to live joyful lives. We changed the baseline of our brain chemistry and probably wouldn't need these habits and tools. But these habits are fun. It's fun to laugh more. It's fun to tell more stories. It's fun to sing. When you look at people who are having successful, joyful lives, they incorporate some or all of those. So we're doing it, and we're doing it together, and we're doing it with giant permission slips. It doesn't have to look any particular way. We don't have to do it right. And a lot of these, there's no doing it wrong. It's just stepping into it. So this morning, I'm going to tell y'all a couple of Whoopsie Daisy stories. And so you can use it as a laughter flow and sort of intentionally choose to laugh and giggle along. And also, hopefully, maybe it'll ping your brain for some places where, maybe I could turn that into a Whoopsie Daisy story. Even if when you lived through it the first time, that wasn't the reaction you had, that's okay. It's a great place to start. We've always got a growing edge, right? I told y'all recently about when my dog ate the seat in the car, which now makes me laugh. But initially, it took me a while to get to the humor of it. But I know, and it does, it helps my brain so that every time I get into drive, I have a whoa, whoopsie daisy laughter moment as opposed to like or a shame. Often whoopsie daisy stories are a great way to help us with our own shame spirals. I failed the dog, I failed myself because I didn't, do this or that, or I can learn from it, absolutely. But it doesn't serve me to be in shame or anger over a period of time. I felt those feelings for sure, and I let myself feel them. Then it really helped to be able to find the Whoopsie Daisy story in it. So some of the ones from recently that came very spontaneously and easily were Christmas. I'm playing a game called Rummikub, my favorite family game to play. I mean, I love it. Love to play it with friends and family. Great way to just chill out and have a lot of chit chat, but also get a little brain teaser going as you figure it out. So it's called Rummikub. And you have these tiles. So we're playing yesterday, and I'm multitasking as I'm playing the game, but I'm also keeping an eye on Bane, on the puppy, who's learning to play really wonderfully with my brother and sister-in-law's dog. It's just like this win-win. They're having a great time. But we were getting our tiles to put in our tray to set up the game. You get 14 tiles. And we had like a bag, we were pulling tiles off. So I get 2 big handfuls and I'm kind of counting them out. Oh, but then the dogs need some attention. So I go to the dog's attention and absent-mindedly put a handful of tiles in my pocket. Only to find them like mid-game. We take a little break and I'm like, oh, I basically have like 8 tiles up my sleeve, I got a whole pocket full of tiles. So I come back from that little break and I'm like, look what I found. It's like, whoopsie daisy. And they were like, yeah, we were wondering where all the 6s were and where the 3s were. I've been hiding tiles in my pocket for 30 minutes. All I could say was whoopsie daisy. Oh, it was pretty funny. Thank goodness they knew me as an honest participant, but the people that were looking for some of those tiles are a little like, it was funny. It's a funny little whoopsie daisy. Yeah, you'd think I was a card shark, stashing tiles in my shirt. Oh, hoo-wee. So, oh no, I made the sound. So that leads to the next whoopsie daisy. All right, some friends stopped by the house. The dogs are playing in the yard, and some of the boys are going to play football down on like a median. They're kind of leaving the yard. And so I noticed the dogs are kind of watching, like they know they're not supposed to go, but they're tempted. So I do a long distance recall to the dogs, and this friend that's visiting is there to witness this. And actually, unfortunately, even just doing it a tiny bit, I've like alerted the Wolverine in the next room. But my grandfather and his father had this call for the dogs. And I'm going to do it for y'all, but it's a woo-wee! Nero, Cero, Bam Bam Bappy, woo-wee! Neighbor that's visiting just looks at me because all of a sudden I do this, pretty citified, dressed for the holidays. Then my alter ego, like making like a honk call comes out. Hoo-wee! Bam Bam Bappy, Bam Bam Booey, Nero, Cero, Salue, woo-wee! I come from a family of lawyers, so those are Greek. Some of those are the names. Some of those are just silly gibberish, and some of those are the names of Greek senators. So, it's a whole mishmash, hodgepodge. But this neighbor is just looking at me like, where'd that come from? Whoopsie daisy. Didn't mean to do a hog call in your ear over the holidays. But I love that call. It has story and richness and memory for me. And I have made people laugh with it so many times, unintentionally. Because it's just so odd. And I used to do it to call the kids. People coming down to the farm to visit. And all of a sudden I'm calling the kids that way. But it got them. It got their attention. They come scampering out of the woods or out of the pool and back up to the house. Makes life entertaining. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I hope those Whoopsie Daisy stories give y'all some inspiration or ideas of places to find the story and the humor and bask and delight in it. And I can just feel it, the laughter, and thinking about those things, and also a little puffed up chest, like, oh yeah, I got it. I can do this. I can find the joy. Ooh, it feels so good. Because I celebrate that. Boy, I don't take it for granted at all. And yeah, it came with practice. And so it's yeah, I can find the humor. I can find the joy. I can not be concerned about what other people think and find my own. Like, okay, I'm a girl that does hog calls. That's all right. I'm down with that. It surprises and delights me, you know? Oh, let's take 3 solidarity breaths together. Mm. 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 May today surprise and delight us. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy holidays.